How about a garden update? I know you guys are looking at the trailer and you're looking at the other. I use this one as a yard cart. I've got a little bit of wood piled up. I've only got 50 more trees to take down. Garden update, garden update. It's coming, it's coming. It'll be here momentarily. Gotta wait on my slow rear end to get there. I already came through and pulled off my summer squash and acorn squash, but they're doing really well. These are always the first producers. I've already pulled zucchini off as well. Got these a little bit tight, so they're growing straight up. Production off of these may be hindered a little bit because they're so close together, but it'll be all right. It'll be fine. In the fine words of Isaac on Cars and Cameras. Good YouTube channel if you guys have never seen Cars and Cameras. There's some good old boys. Tomatoes are doing good. These are the celebrities. Got lots of little tomatoes all over everywhere. So, you guys remember I got the garden in late, so we will be waiting. There's another. And I'll show you the acorn squash here if I can get down here and pry the leaves out so you can see one. If I can find one. There you go. Little fellers, they'll get about the size of a coffee cup saucer. Get the dust off me. And I kind of lost this one. It may come back, I have no idea. And that zucchini's a little weak over there too. But we've got our jubilees. And I went through and weeded yesterday, and I did find 4 pepper plants. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm happy enough with that. 4 pepper plants. I didn't pull every single weed out, but we can also see it's not going to be long. I'm going to be out here pulling green beans. They are all over all of these wonderful bush beans. So yum yum there. And then we rounded out with our pineapple tomatoes, which are doing really well, coming up over the cages. Mind you, the cages are 3 feet, and as long as I can keep the tomato plants corralled rather, they'll get a good 5 feet, 5.5 feet tall, and produce like crazy. Now I want to tell you guys a little bit of something about tomato plants that you can do to help production. I don't necessarily do it because I always get a ton of tomato plants, but if you have a branch like this one here that obviously has no blooms on it, you can pinch that sucker off. Pinch that off. That is nutrients that can now go into making the fruit. They're called suckers. And if you want to take the time, I mean, your plants will look awful scraggly, but you pop those off, you will produce more tomatoes and bigger tomatoes. See, look at the size of this sucker right here. Look how long. Just come in, pop that little guy off there. So all the nutrients that was going into that can now go into those blooms right there. Just a little gardening trick. There's another long sucker there too, right by some blooms. I typically, like I said, I do not pull the suckers because, I mean, with 23 plants, I still don't know where that 12th celebrity went, but with 23 plants, I produce 40 to, when I'm in peak harvest, I'll pull 40 to 50 pounds of fruit a day off of these tomato plants. But there we go. I'm doing a better job this year keeping the weeds under control than in past years, so I'm kind of proud of myself there. You can see where I've sprayed, where the weeds and whatnot are dead. Then you can see where I have not sprayed. So I need to come in and do a little bit more spraying just to keep that stuff knocked down. But I do pick and pull. This here is just a pile of stuff that I pulled. I do pick and pull around the plants themselves so that the nutrients go into the plants that are producing. Oh, we've got a teeny tiny little, it's getting crowded out. Alright, that's the thing about gourd plants. You can't easily, when they get to that size, you can't easily replant them without losing them. I've learned that. I see a big weed. Let's go pull a weed together. What do you say? Let's get down here and get this weed out of here. We'll get a few more while we're sitting here. But that's what I'll do. I'll just kneel down, yank a few of them out a day, and I pretty much stay on top of them. At least I am this year. And you want to talk about hot and humid, guys? Oh my Lord, it is hot and humid out. And you know, they say it's not the heat, it's the humidity. Well, yeah, it is the humidity, because it hasn't even reached 80 degrees yet, and I am dripping with sweat. Weeds, weeds, weeds. Lots of weeds. Lots and lots of weeds. Boy, if I could market those weeds. Maybe I should just plant a weed garden next year. What do you think? Alright, you guys don't need to sit here and watch me pull weeds. Besides, it's too sticky out here. I'm dripping. So there you go. You've got it. There is a garden update from Zippo's. I certainly do hope everybody else that has their gardens is having a prosperous year. Everything's doing really well here. It's actually a little ahead of schedule considering how late I got everything in. So I'm pleased with that. But there you go. That's it. Friendly neighborhood Zippo, if you would please tickle that like button for me. If you like these garden updates, I'll try to get them in at least once a week. Thanks guys. We will see you on the next one.